And welcome back to the Crypto Hulk Show. Oh my God. Cardano. I don't believe I've ever talked about Cardano in 5.5 years on the show. Not saying I'm a fan, but I've found out some very, very interesting deep divey information that involves pretty much, I think, BlackRock. Securitize, the tokenization. Cardano network is getting in on the tokenization, like Securitize, BlackRock, the Biddle, tied in. All of a sudden now, Cardano just happens to have this interoperable platform. Yes, it does. All of a sudden now. Cardano's working on is involved in a RealFi. It's a platform called RealFi. They have a crypto called Real. It just happens to be on the XRP ledger. Just happens to be. Oh, and Cardano just happens to be now interoperable. Yeah. Starstream. We're going to get into this. I don't have any time to bullshit around, so I got to get the show going. We've got a deep dive. It took me about 3 hours to figure this shit out. It could lead to an investment. There's 3 cryptos involved here. We'll get into them as we talk about this. And the reason is I'm just not going to go list some tokens because all you're going to do is buy them. And then when they don't go up today, tomorrow or something, you're going to dump them. And then it's just like a waste of your time and mine. So let's go with learning on the way to earning. So hello and goodbye. I love you all, but I'm in a girly bar. Love you all long time. Oh my God. Oh my God. Still know something else. My name's Crypto Hawk. I'm not a financial advisor. Not a crypto advisor. I don't know anything about crypto or financial advice. I'd be the last person you want to ask. I get my information from Zoltar. He's locked up in a little plastic box over there, ready to give a fortune out. The drug use is crazy on my end for 5.5 years. 5.5 years, constant hardcore drug use, opium, heroin, cocaine, methamphetamine, LSD, peyote, date rape drugs. I just take them so I can forget about everything. I'm not a financial advisor, but I think I'll need rehab soon. I heard that. I needed rehab 5.5 years ago. Don't buy anything I tell you to buy. Don't sell anything I tell you to sell. Okay. We have got a major deep dive on Cardano. I've never been one that's been fond of Cardano. Right now, I still don't know if I think I am or not, but it doesn't matter what I think because I'm fucking high as a kite. The early foundings, look, from what I've shown you the evidence, Ripple, Russia, Ripple, China. Look, I'm going to start off this program. All this crypto, the internet was started by the government as a surveillance tool to spy on everybody. Facebook was there. eBay, Elon Musk, they're all part of all this stuff. Is the top 5 families of the world or whatever, controlling everybody to get them to be slaves. Okay. I've shown a lot of connections for all this. I'm not going to do it now. Now's not the time and the place. So with that understanding, the early, like Ethereum's early roots, they go back into China, just like Ripple China and all that. Okay, I've shown all the evidence. Vitalik Buterin. Let me get this shit out of the way first. So, hold on. Let me. Okay, Yahoo article. Copy and paste. So here's this article here. I went over this like 2 years ago. Ethereum founder. Now, why is this a big deal? Because the Ethereum founder, it was Vitalik Buterin and Charles Hoskinson. Hoskinson. I don't care what the fuck his last name is. I even did the deep dive on him. It still doesn't. Zero fucks given. It's how I roll. Vitalik Buterin and Charles Hoskin started Ethereum. They're the founders with a couple other people. Okay, I've already shown the webpage where it shows Charles Hoskins, founder. So he wasn't just somebody who would just happen to be there. He was the founder. Now, what do we know about the early days of Ethereum? Ethereum founder Vitalik Buterin has ties to the SEC darling Prometheum. Here's how. If we scroll down in this Yahoo article, it refers us to Twitter. Crypto Twitter is in shock that Vitalik Buterin was the chief scientist for Wang Zhang. That's a Chinese-owned tech company. I don't think people realize that it was Wang Zhang that set up and funded the wallets for the Ethereum Foundation and Vitalik Buterin. Let's understand this. The Chinese Communist government owns a company, a tech company called Wang Zhang. Are you following me so far? The Chinese government hired Vitalik Buterin to be their chief scientist for their tech company. What? The wallets, you know, the disguised whales and all that shit. Okay. The wallets and all that were set up by this Chinese company. Oh, shit, Crypto Hulk. You're always bringing this thing. There's a joint partnership. Here's where my opinion comes in. There's a joint partnership with China and the United States and Russia. How the fuck do we have Ripple China, Ripple Russia, right? Right. So Crypto Hulk is correct. So there's a unofficial, secret relationship you got going on with China and Russia and the United States where we're sharing this technology. And here's evidence of it right here. With Vitalik Buterin and the Chinese, he helped them do all these things. They set up these wallets. You want to call it the Ethereum Free Pass, whatever it is. The United States government's all mixed up in this. That's why nobody's getting in trouble. All these years, people say, oh, the Ethereum Free Pass, yeah, you need to go. No one's going to jail. It's a government operation. You get it? How the fuck is this possible? That's the only explanation. And of course, the statute of limitations ran out, so nobody can do anything. That's just how this shit works. Wang Zhang Blockchain Labs. What is that? Everything happens to be a nonprofit. You ever notice that? Stellar's a nonprofit. Ripple's a nonprofit. How is a nonprofit Ripple worth like $20 billion or $40 billion? Does that make any sense? That's like the richest nonprofit I've ever heard of, right? Nonprofit? Really? No, there's something with nonprofits to where somehow the government, the reason it's nonprofit, this is my opinion. I'm always going to tell you when I got facts and then Crypto Hulk's bullshit meter opinion, okay? And it's going off. Seriously? There's no fucking way. We got Ripple Russia, Ripple China, Ripple Turkey, and all this shit. You've got Vitalik Buterin running around in China leading a Chinese nonprofit tech company called Wang Zhang Blockchain Labs, nonprofit China-based research institution starting in 2015. That's when Ethereum started. That's when Wang Zhang started. Crypto Hulk, wait a second. Is Ethereum a Chinese blockchain? Hey, you decide for yourself. I can't tell you, right? No, it's an American company. Are any other YouTubers talking about any of this? No, they have no fucking idea. Buterin's connected to the nonprofit Chinese Wang Zhang can be traced back to Ethereum's early days. What? Yep. In 2015, the same year that Ethereum's supposed to start, the CEO of the Chinese Communist Wang Zhang Blockchain Labs, Feng Zhao, formed a relationship. Oh, I bet you he did. He formed a relationship with Buterin and gave him $500,000. Oh, I bet you that's not the only thing he gave him. Blowjob. Buterin was one of the several guest speakers at the blockchain. And guess who was there? Circle, Jeremy Allaire. Oh, look, Jed McCaleb was there, the same guy that started Ripple. Well, what a coincidence. How the hell did Jed McCaleb show up there with Vitalik Buterin? All of them at the Chinese blockchain thing, huh? Wow, people are like, damn, Crypto Hawk, you just really like show all the connections, don't you? Well, yeah, I do, because nobody else will. Now, the reason I'm talking about that is because Charles Hoskins, let's not distance him at all from Vitalik. All these dudes were working on the same project. Now, what's interesting is Charles Hoskins is Cardano. But guess what? Cardano is a Hong Kong company. What? Oh, yes. It's called Input Output Group, IOG. And we're going to be going over this today. Oh, it's Hong Kong's China, basically. Oh, wait a second now. Don't we have another? I might have a little surprise for you about Hong Kong. Hong Kong! Crypto Hulk. Now, hold on a second there, y'all. That, and then... Okay, we're going to see something else that's interesting. Here's this video that I made. Let's do a copy and a paste. Somebody's late. Abizel Maldonado, you're late. You got to pay the fee. You got a late fee there, buddy. Can't be slipping into this class. So let's look here. Let's see if I can find the Hong Kong connection. Give me a second here. Yep, it's right near the end. Go to the 1 minute, 52 second mark. 1 minute, 52 seconds. 1 minute, 52 seconds. What do we see right here? Ripple Hong Kong, 2014. Largest Ripple gateway in Hong Kong, 2014. Ripple. Have you ever heard that on any other crypto channel? No. No fucking clue. People have no fucking clue at all. None of these bastards that make these videos. So now we know that Ethereum's in Hong Kong. Ripple's in Hong Kong. Vitalik, the guy that started Ethereum, along with Charles Hoskins, they're working for the Chinese blockchain communist company. Charles Hoskins starts working this Hong Kong company called Input Output Group out of Hong Kong, China, Hong Kong. This is where it all comes out of, everybody. All this is fucking Chinese, Ripple, United States, Russia, all this fucking shit is the government. I keep telling you. That's why I can't go to a Ripple conference and be all the fanboy. Go Ripple. Woohoo, David Schwartz, Monica Long, right? Like, that's so fucking, these people are the government. You not get this? You're going to have a conference and you're going to have a breakfast or a dinner with Brad Garlinghouse and you can break bread with the Ripple crew. I'm like, wow, these people, fucking charlatans. These channels that are so fucking stupid. They're having these conferences. It's all Ripple and the Chinese and the government and the Russian. All this stuff's supposed to be secret. That's why Crypto Hulk shows shadow banned. You don't hear any other channel with evidence like this, do you? No. No, sir. Don Quixote, no está. All right, so let's start right here. There's something called the Midnight Project. No, it's not what Charles Cardano does at night. I'd rather not know. Midnight is a privacy-focused blockchain. Privacy-focused. Ethereum likes a lot of that, don't they? Like the secret whales and stuff with Ethereum and all the secret stuff in there. Because it's all the government, everybody. I'm just letting you know. Just letting you know. Midnight is a private-focused blockchain network designed as a partner chain to Cardano. Oh, shit. Emphasizing rational privacy through zero-knowledge proofs. I don't think they're using ZK Sync, but they probably should. But they're using ZK zero-knowledge proofs to safeguard sensitive information. It was developed, and here we go. So this Midnight is a blockchain. Who made it? Input Output Data is the name of the company. Input Output Global, formerly IOHK. Now that is a crypto that you cannot buy. Let me find it right here. You go. Let me do a copy paste. It's on Coin Market Cap. It's not really. I think it's a native token to Cardano's Midnight chain and all that. You can't really buy it, and if you can, I don't really think it's going to be worth anything. But I could be wrong. But nonetheless, stranger things have happened on this show. So we have this crypto that I found, IOHK. It's got about 4 zeros, 3 zeros in front of it, and a 6. There's really no market cap at all. There's a 24-hour trading volume. I think barely anybody has ever bought this thing, although you could be the first proud new owner of IOHK. But there's really no activity at all. It looks like the price of it now is 0.001, like 2 zeros and a 1. You got to have Cardano to buy it. I'm going to leave it at that. If you want to buy it, go for it. But anyhow, at least you've been exposed. Now let me get back to this deep dive. So you got Cardano, the company that Cardano was made by the IOG, Input Output Global. It's a Hong Kong company. Hong Kong's China's communist, just in case you didn't know. So this communist kind of secret undercover Chinese government, Ethereum, Cardano, Vitalik Buterin, Hoskins, yeah. United States, Ripple, Russia, China. It's all the top 5 families of the world, everybody. And the more you watch this program, you're like, you know what, Crypto Hulk? I think you're right. I think this whole thing was designed to control the entire world. Okay, let's keep going before I get too depressed. Now, the IOG company, Input Output Global, was formerly known as IOHK, the company behind Cardano, and is backed by the Midnight Foundation. Oh, so IOG made Cardano, and all this is backed by the Midnight Foundation. This sounds kind of like secrecy, kind of, Crypto Hulk. Yes, sir. That's why I say it's government. Now, on December 8th, all of a sudden, December 8th, I want you to watch this now. This coin just launched. It's called NIGHT, NIGHT. And it launched on December 8th, like 3 weeks ago, everybody. All of a sudden now, Midnight Foundation. And the Midnight token is already 8 cents. Now, hot damn. Can you imagine that? The market cap, I want you to notice something here. Let me show you something here. There's a 1.5 billion with a B, billion-dollar market cap, a crypto that's already trading at $81,000, and it's only been out 3 weeks. That's more than like XDC. We're starting to get, I mean, it's not like, I mean, it's getting near like HBAR, like, yeah. How the fuck does this happen in 3 weeks? Crypto Hog, you got to hit that bullshit meter again. Okay. B-U-double-L-S-H-I-T. That's bullshit. Okay, something is going on that we can't see. There is no fucking way this kind of a crypto comes in and just starts almost bulldozing over everybody else. 8 cents in 3 weeks? Come on now. Come on, man. There's no fucking way. Cardano. So here's their contract code. I'm telling you, man, it's all government ops. There's the contract code, and it's the Night token. There's your first one there, buddy. The Night token just comes out of the night, right? All righty. It has a glacier drop distribution. It has a total of 21 billion with a B. Midnight operates as a layer 1 blockchain. Oh, really? Blending public and private to allow selective disclosure of information. We can buy and sell, and you won't see. All of you poor broke people can buy and sell. We're going to watch everything. See how all this works? That's how these motherfuckers are doing shit right now. They're dumping, and we can't see where, how, whatever. That's all that's going on. Price is a total of, don't even go with the price. These people are manipulating shit. They've been starting. That's why everything Ethereum, Cardano, from day one has all been secrets and all this kind of hidden shit. All right. I'm just showing you that, hey, you can hate something and make money on it. I don't have to like a coin to put it on my show. I don't have to invest in a coin to put it on my show. I'm just showing you facts. If you want to whatever, then do whatever. I'm not here to tell people to buy shit. Now, this test net started in late 2023, it says. I'm just kind of curious on how a crypto comes out of nowhere and is all of a sudden 8 cents. And it has $1 billion market cap. Something's going on. We're going to find out what it is. There's probably 2 other cryptos mixed in with this too. And BlackRock and Securitize. Oh, shit. Okay. They're working towards full decentralization. Incentivized test nets planned for 2026, everybody. This thing is going to take off. I'm just letting you know early when it's 8 cents. You know, like with Ondo, and when I was the only one on the whole internet telling you about Ondo at 8 cents and it goes up to $1.40. Oh shit, Crypto Hulk, that was lovely. You know, when I told you about Seals Q, the stock, and it goes from $1.70 to like $7 or $8. Oh God, Crypto Hulk, that was amazing. And we can go on and on, but I'm not here to give my track record. Okay, let's report on this one. Cardano and Midnight enhances interoperability by allowing contracts to adopt each other chain's features without rewrites, promoting reusability and privacy-conscious development. This was announced December 23rd. 2025, right before Christmas, and it aims to create an Ethereum virtual machine-like network effect for private computation. This is for privacy. Now, I'm going to tell you what, people want privacy coins and this and that. This fucking shit right here. It's already 8 cents. It starts off in 3 weeks, this fucking shit's 8 cents. Have you seen any other privacy coins do that? I'll answer it for you. No. The question was rhetorical. Who are the founders of this? Charles Hoskinson. Isn't that like a disease? Hoskinson's, or is that Hodgkin's disease? Whatever it is, same fucking thing. Charles Hoskinson, founder and collaborator via IOG. So the Midnight is founded by Hoskins, who's a collaborator with IOG. That's the Communist government of China. Hoskins is a central figure in Midnight's origins. Oh. Founded. So we have here, he co-founded, there we go, Ethereum, serving as the CEO. Oh, main guy in Ethereum and the Chinese and all that stuff. Okay. There's the other side. He founded Cardano in 2015 through IOG. So IOG founded Cardano, basically what they're saying here. That's the Hong Kong Chinese Communist government company. There's a guy named Iran. Listen to this dude's name. Iran. E-R-A-N. His last name's Barak. Oh, shit. I think we know where this is going already. Another guy, Sebastian Guilmolet. Guilmolet, s'il vous plaît, Eskimo. The Midnight Foundation team includes developers from IOG's engineering arm. Oh, brilliant. Bringing in all the Chinese. But Hoskins, now here's what's interesting. Hoskinson was brought in by Donald Trump and as an advisor, crypto advisor. Now that's interesting, huh? Out of all the crypto people, good old Charlie Hoskins. Very interesting. Now, the night rewards, there's something called night rewards if you're a validator and all that shit. But the ecosystem for all this Cardano and all that is Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, BNB, Avalanche, XRP, and BAT, B-A-T. The day after Christmas, when I was in Las Vegas heading home, Hoskinson argues XRP at midnight outperformed legacy finance. And then in parentheses, Grok says Canton network by 100x in efficiency. Okay. I read that and it's like, well, looks like Hoskins might be trying to say that Canton's not good. Although I'll tell you what, I've never seen Cardano hook up, do anything important in crypto like whatsoever. So that's why I've never had Cardano on the show. I never bought it, never will. But I'm just showing you the evidence here. He makes a statement. But Grok puts in the EG Canton network being inefficient. So we'll see on that. I'm still not good old Charlie. What's good is they have a 1-year token unlock schedule. Could lead to selling pressure. I'm just scrolling through all this. Limited bank ties. We got we got Fireblocks tied in with this. That's massive there when you got Fireblocks. BitGo is involved with this. They provide institutional custody. Fireblocks, collaboration for institutional access and token management. So BitGo looks like they're doing the custody, the institutional custody. Fireblocks is doing collaboration for institutional access and token management. What does this crypto do? Midnight use case is programmable privacy using ZK Snark S to enable confidential smart contract and selective data disclosure. This balances privacy with regulatory compliance, unlike fully anonymous chains. So this isn't this isn't like a totally anonymous chain like I forgot the name of that one, but this is not that. It has identity verification, tokenized assets. You can tokenize real world assets here. Decentralized credit scoring. Share proofs without exposing financial history, has DeFi and compliance. And healthcare and logistics can use this because it's private. Who are the partners in this? Midnight. The Night token. You got Cardano, of course. Google Cloud is a partner. Fireblocks, Bitco, blockchain.com. Outlier Ventures, Project Catalyst is involved. Intersect, Black Diamond, Alchemy. Alchemy Pay, Ripple Partner. You ever heard of that? Maybe that's what gives them some of their interoperability. But you got Alchemy in there. That's one of my top holdings right there, Alchemy. Anastasia Labs, and then Sunday Swap. And I think a company called Maestro. Grok says there's no ZK sync involved. Now, Starstream is a partner of this. Starstream is a zero knowledge. So here we got more ZK stuff going on. Starstream is a zero knowledge virtual machine designed for UTXO based blockchains, enabling portable, privacy preserving smart contracts that can be deployed across multiple chains without requiring code rewrites. Pioneered by the Midnight Foundation as part of the Cardano ecosystem. So, has features like zero knowledge proofs, ZK Snark with an S. This creates an Ethereum virtual machine-like network. Starstream was first conceptualized April 2025. And all of a sudden they develop it a few months later in October. That's very interesting. Then they had a major announcement December 23rd, teasing Ethereum virtual machine compatibility for the Night token, NIGHT. So Starstream is like a tool that works on the Midnight platform in conjunction with Cardano to provide a somewhat private public ledger. Let's call it a hybrid. Starstream's development is embedded within the Midnight Foundation. So it's like, and the IOG ecosystem. That's the Hong Kong, you know. So this thing really just kind of got going like within the past few weeks. I think it started to be sold on the 7th, and they waited 2 weeks to even really talk about it. So this sucker just came out. It's already 8 cents, has $1 billion markup. That's truly amazing. That fast. Like, you know, this thing, this coin right here is taken off. Like, that's massive. This thing's going to go like nuts. I'm just letting you know. I mean, it gets released, and then 3 weeks later, it's at 8 cents. That's fucking massive right there. I mean, you can get anything maybe go 8 cents, but with $1 billion market cap, that's pretty impressive. Starstream. Let's look at the Starstream has a partnership with Midnight Foundation, Cardano, Aiken, AIKEN, and Project Catalyst. Night is launched by Input Output Global. They're like the Chinese government. That's what I would say that is. The Hong Kong thing, the Input Output. Who the fuck names a business that? It sounds kind of, never mind. But they're the shot callers here. This mysterious Input Output. Listen to this. The Midnight Foundation. So here's a foundation, and their coin's already worth 8 cents. But they, listen to this. Here's how I know. The bullshit meter's going off. The Midnight Foundation has no standalone founders. Whoa. But was initiated by Input Output Group. Well. The mystery coin, it just somehow goes to 8 cents. Imagine that. I'm telling you, this is so fucking 3-letter agency government shit. Now, there are some people that they list that's involved. Fahmy Syed. He used to have roles at Goldman Sachs. See, the bankers are all coming in. See what this is? Credit Suisse, Lehman Brothers. Wall Street has moved into this, everybody. That's how this thing is going to make so much fucking money. You got the Wall Street people coming and getting in on this shit. Oh, yeah. I'm going to kind of leave that at that. Some of the people. Yeah, Google Cloud comes into this. I'm just letting you know. This is it's like real quiet on this. Isn't like they kind of slapped this thing together to get it going. They're not even trying to hide it anymore. This isn't even like a real fucking company. Like, this is just they slap some shit together, and these people know what they're doing, and they're calling it a nonprofit and shit. They're trying to push this thing through. Oh, it'll go. It'll be integrated. This is about as big as it kind of gets. Copper's involved, and they use Zodia custody. I'm almost positive on that, and that's Ripple for custody right there. Let me check right here. Copper uses, I think, maybe Taurus. Let me look. Copper is a UK multi-party company for crypto, provides hot wallet solutions, Clearloop network. Clearloop, Copper to offer custody. If they use Taurus, then Copper to offer custody service for BlackRock Biddle. Let me find out. Hold on a sec. See how all this is connected? It's not clear, but it's all the same people at the top. Copper is a custody company for crypto. It uses MPC for custody. Multi-party. Copper trades with BCB Group. That's the, I can't say company that got my channel. My first channel got, because I talked about that particular group. Copper uses Nemine Services, Nemine Services. Okay, well, let's look these motherfuckers up. They're trying to hide this shit. For MPC-based custody. Copper, I've looked at them up before. It's either, if it's not Zodiac custody, they're using Taurus, possibly. And Taurus is using, it's Ripple is what that is. So Nemine Services is United Kingdom in a secure storage facility. As a subsidiary of okay, here we go now. You got Copper. They're not telling you who they're using, but it's Nemine Services. Nemine Services is a subsidiary of Mitmart Group. See, this is all getting back to government now. Oh, it employs military-inspired security protocol. I think I'm going to stop right here, okay? So that leads us back to the government because they're using military stuff here. Crypto Hawk's going to stop. Hello, just kidding. I didn't really mean to deep dive this. We're going to click on it. Copper, no more copper. Copper needs to go bye-bye right now. Okay, let's get rid of it. Okay, now that we've gotten rid of, okay, so now you see where this is going, right? What we're seeing is stuff I'm not going to get into right now because I already told you in the beginning. I just started looking this shit up, so I didn't know it'd be like military in the United Kingdom and shit. This is where all this ends up. It's the government. I'm just letting you know. If I dig too deep, I'd find out what that subsidiary is, find out the people. It's going to cause a bunch of fucking problems for me. So I already just told you, just if you want to dig deep and find, but I'm not getting mixed up in that shit. That's how channels disappear. All right, John Follett. Thank you very much for that tax-free donation. Let's get back to the search here. So we're going to leave Copper's integrated with this Vitalik Buterin, Charles Hodgkin's fuckfest we got going on. I'm going to walk away from the copper thing. So let me scroll down. I think we all kind of know where this is going. Now, if we look up the Midnight Foundation's partners, we got Credit Coin. So the Night token, NIGH token, is hooked up with Credit Coin, Intersect, Latham Watkins, Fireblocks, Google Cloud, BitGo, Copper, which is the UK government military entry. Now, looky here, Oxbridge. Oh, we got another one, folks. I don't know if we have enough time to. I'll try to bust this out. Oxbridge is involved in this. Notice OX. Well, that's Ethereum. Ethereum Bridge. Well, what's the Ethereum Bridge? Ripple. See where all this is? All this little secret stuff. Crypto spent like 3 hours on this fucking shit. Webisoft, Outlier Ventures, Project Catalyst, and IOG Cardano. So we get into Oxbridge. Now, Oxbridge is a stock that you can buy right here on the NASDAQ. So some of you guys, and guess what? It's only $1.21. Oh, shit, Crypto Hulk. Fuck yeah, I love it. This show is amazing. So you can buy this real stock right here. I don't believe you need to be accredited investors. You can buy this stock. Let's say you're somebody said, Crypto Hulk, I'd rather not get involved in shady Charles Hoskin deals. Is there a brick and mortar? Well, this is about as close as we're going to get. This is on the NASDAQ. It's OXBR. That's Oscar X-Ray Bravo Roger. OXBR. It's a real stock you can get. It's, I think, $1.21. It used to be up at $5.81. It's still $1.21. I did the refresh, and the stock markets are closed, so that's probably why. You can have. There's Oxbridge. Now, as I was going over this, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. It has a capital O and then a lowercase x. Everybody, Ethereum Bridge. This is code. They're speaking in code here. The normies have no idea what this shit is. That's why we're at $1.21. The normies have no fucking clue. Now, the institutional people, not me, but people like me and you now, you can see this, right? OX, that's Ethereum, isn't it? It's how all the Ethereum starts off, isn't it? OX Bridge, that's Ethereum Bridge. Whoa. $1.21. There you go. There's your stock tip for today. Don't buy it. Don't buy anything I say. I'm high as fuck right now. I don't even know what I'm saying. I don't even know what that. I don't even know how it got on my computer. Far be it from me to try to do any subliminal shit like that. Now, let's go. Where are we at as far as time? Son of a bitch, I got 12 minutes. Well, we'll do the best we can. Let's see what we can do. If you would quit distracting me, maybe I can get done faster. Now, Cardano is going to have 4 phases next year. They have a roadmap. Just want to let you know. And this thing is I think it's going to rip. The 4 phases called the Midnight Network Roadmap. There's Hilo, like Hawaii. Hilo. Hilo is the first stop. We're going in 2026 on a Cardano road trip. The first stop is a place called Hilo. The next one is Scavenger Mine. The next one is Night Watch. And we wrap it all up at the end with a buffet and a nice luau at a place called Full Dawn. Oh, I bet you it's one of those places, Crypto Hulk. These 4 stops are designed to guide the project Midnight from initial token launch right now. Now, I want you to say this because it gets massive. I'm not bullshitting right now. You might want to look into buying this thing, okay? I know I'm hard on, that's a bad choice of words. I know I'm difficult on Charles Hodgkin and all that stuff with Vitalik and all that. This 4-stage project is designed to guide. Here we go. Where does this end up, crypto? This is not just another little token project. This project is designed to guide the initial token launch, which is right now, and establishment to full decentralization and ecosystem maturity. The phrase is named with a mix of Hawaiian lunar terms and English description, emphasize progressive decentralization and community involvement. It has hybrid integrations, incentivized test nets. The roadmap, here we go. The roadmap unfolds over 2026, building on the Night token launch in December 2025. I'm letting you know this. If you want to get in on something, now's probably a good time, okay? Y'all know I'm not much for Cardano, but if you're interested, now would probably be a chance. I'm not telling you to get into it, but if you think you ever might get into it, now would be the time, not later. The roadmap phases are managed by the Midnight Foundation with no dedicated founders. That's the shady part of the Ethereum Cardano shit that's always kind of scared me. But again, they got these people they list here, 4 or 5 people that are involved. That's where the banks come in. Now, the IOHK, Input Output Hong Kong, was the original name of the blockchain research company founded in 2015. IOHK, Input Output Hong Kong, which rebranded to Input Output Global in 2021. Following a headquarters move, listen to this, the headquarters goes from Hong Kong to Wyoming. You know why Wyoming? Because you can do a lot of secret shit there, okay? That's why a lot of people's LLCs are in Wyoming. They signaled an expansion. Here's why they came. To expand into a global Web3 venture studio model. We're moving into Web3, everybody. This is the beginning right now. I'm just showing you. They're moving into Web3. They're not talking about down the road like they're doing it now. So the IOHK it's not a token, it's a company. IOHK became IOG. That's what happened. And then there just happens to be a token called IOHK, but they don't really know if it's real or not. It appears unofficial, says Grok. Let's see here. Now, who's involved? The IOG company, who's involved? Cardano and then Emergo. EMURGO. It's Japanese. The Midnight Foundation. World Mobile is involved. That's big. They're big, I think, in Africa. I'm not sure on that. I could be wrong. World Mobile is a DPIN/telecom. You got Singularity Nets involved, Reflex, Ethiopian government's involved. Oh, New Balance. It's a shoe authenticity via Cardano. Bittrex, Google Cloud, they host Midnight in Cardano. Fireblocks, BitGo, Outlier Ventures is involved. Project Catalyst. Um, in December, so the IOHK started, listen to this, it's a 10-year-old company. Started in 2015. They rebranded from IOHK in 2021. It became IOG. Then they just called the name in 20. See, here's what's weird. Now in 2025, now it's called just IO. So IOHK into IOG into IO. What do they emphasize now? They're evolving. It's an evolution into a global Web3 venture studio. Right there, everybody. That's what we're waiting for. Web3. It's evolution into Web3. I think we are there. The Web3, I think we're just starting that phase. That's when all these cryptos come together to make us money. I don't know when that date will be, but it looks to me like they're starting Web3 right now. The Knight Company has 600 employees across 50 countries. Okay, their chief technology officer at that Midnight Company is the same guy that made Ubisoft blockchain. So, chief scientist at University of Edinburgh works for this project. Another professor. So they got some teachers here. Emergo. Collaborators include Emergo. It's a venture capital arm. Now, Paribas, that's a crypto called PBX. Paribas is a crypto. It's on Cardano. Paribas is a cross-chain borrowing and lending platform. This is where I think this Midnight with Cardano is working with Paribas to get this Web3 interoperability. PBX is the next crypto we're talking about today on the show. PBX. PBX serves as a governance utility token available as Cardano native token. A market cap of $260,000. This Paribas token has got 4 zeros in front of it. A 24-hour trading volume of $35,000. Total supply of 9 billion. The protocol is non-peer-to-peer for instant liquidity, fully audited by Hacken and Zokyo. The Paribas team. Oh, the guy who made Paribas founded the Marhaba. Now, we talked about the MRHB crypto, Marhaba. We've already talked about that like 2-3 months ago. He also invented the Marhaba, co-founded Marhaba crypto. It's halal DeFi, halal. This PBX crypto went on central exchanges like KuCoin, Gate, Weeks, LCX, and other crypto platforms. So this thing's already getting on central exchanges, this PBX Paribas. Oh, Let's see here. Who are the partners of Paribas? Yeah, they got a lot of them. Chainport, Multi-Chain, Lumia, formerly called Orbs, LCX Crypto Exchange, Gate.io, KuCoin, Weeks, Camelot, which is a DeFi digital exchange, Uniswap, MinSwap, Muesli Swap, Wing Riders, ViFi, NotFi, Hacken, Zokyo, OKX Wallet, Coinbase Wallet. They are all mixed up in this Cardano deal as well. That's my first deep dive thing there. Now, what I noticed is, where are we at as far as time? We are right out of time, unfortunately. I'll do this next one like super quick right in here because we're right at the end. You got something called RealFi, and RealFi refers to multiple blockchain and fintech projects focused on real finance, bridging traditional finance with DeFi. Now, RealFi is built on the XRP ledger. Now, that's interesting because Cardano has a RealFi as well. There's a real token. Variant. And Cardano's RealFi has Emergo in there, the World Mobile, Tanzania, the Ethiopian. So that's where you get the Charles Hodgkins tied in with Africa. I'm not going to discuss the real token because we're out of time. But that would be one I'd look into as well. It's 2 cents. I already showed you the firstledger.net where you can buy, I think it's the RealFi token. The other I told you was MinSwap, and anything Cardano related, like the Midnight token, you can buy at the minswap.org. And I showed you the Oxbridge, who's tied in with this. Now, what's interesting, Oxbridge, which looks to me like Ethereum Bridge, is out of the Cayman Islands. And that's where if you open up in the Cayman Islands, you want to keep it all secret, okay? Now, Oxbridge Holdings out of the Cayman Islands and they have of course, subsidiary called Surance Plus. Now, this might be for accredited investor people. SURANCE and then plus, all one word, Surance Plus with the S and the P capitalized, Incorporated, which specializes in tokenizing reinsurance. This is a term I'm not familiar with. Reinsurance securities, such as real world assets. It has returns of 20 to 42%. If you're interested, I'm almost positive, but look into, you have Oxbridge Holdings Limited, and they have a subsidiary called Surance Plus Inc. And they tokenize reinsurance securities as real world assets. And their returns are 20 to 40%. Like pretty amazing. So some of you guys, the rich cats that watch this show, you might want to look into that. Oxbridge went on the stock market 2014 on NASDAQ. What's interesting is the company operates with a small team of 3 employees out of the Cayman Islands. Isn't that something? How about that? I wonder if they're located next to Sam Bankman, or that whatever that scam guy is, FTX, that Sam Bankman guy. We don't know anybody who works for the company. They keep this Oxford shit quiet. Man, look at their returns right here. This shit's unreal for the stock market. I'll do a copy paste on this. If you're not accredited, you probably can't get it. Look at the returns and the names of their funds. The Epsilon Cat has 49% returns in 2024. Delta Cat returned 20%, and Zeta Cat fund returned 42%. That's fucking amazing. Minimum investment as low as $5,000. Okay. Compliant offerings for accredited investors. There you go. Minimum investments $5,000. Oh, look. This Oxbridge, everybody, and this little side company they got going called Surance Plus. You know who they're partnered with? Plume, Plume. That's Stuart Lavelle's favorite crypto. The Plume crypto. I got that at Caitlin Brown. They're partners with Plume. This is what's up right here. That's how I know I'm in the right spot when I'm seeing my cryptos mixed up with these here where they're getting 49% returns per year. March 19, 2025, collaboration with Plume to expand investor access. There you go. So Caitlin Brown has a crypto called Plume, Plume. You might want to look into that one. I know I did. And Alpha Ledger is involved. There's a company called Alpha Ledger. You know what alpha means? Beginning. The beginning ledger. So with this Oxbridge and what is that called again? Surance Plus. Oxbridge has a subsidiary called Surance Plus, and Surance Plus is mixed up with Plume, and there's a company called Alpha Ledger mixed up as well. Midnight, Plume, Coinbase Prime, and Zonix. Now let's look at Alpha Ledger here. A US bank, fintech bank. It's on Solana. They also have a fund. They're tokenizing a fund. Here's that fund. If you're not accredited, you can't get into this, but it's on Solana. So, wait, this one, I don't know if you have to be, I think you have to, yeah. What we got here is Alpha Ledger. Alpha Ledger is a fund, and it's on Solana. I believe you have to have a minimum $50,000 investment. And this crypto, it's working with T0. So Alpha Ledger, which is a mixed up of this Oxbridge, Surance Plus, Alpha Ledger's tied into this, and they have a fund that's on T0. We went over T0. They're really tight with the XYO crypto. And T0 is like one of the two investment companies in the country. There's only two of them, and they have like a special SPAC or something like that. I can't quite remember. Yeah, but they work with TradeWeb, Gateway, Moody's, T0. Alpha Ledger is the name of this fund. Alpha Ledger is partnered up with Oxbridge, TradeWeb, Silo Pharma. That's SILO Pharma, T0, Moody's, Loopscale, Simplify, Securitize. Oh, wait a second, everybody. You know what this is. Securitize. What do? They tokenize for BlackRock. Oh, shit, Crypto Hope. Yeah, so this Alpha Ledger is tied in with Securitize, who tokenizes for BlackRock. And what does Alpha Ledger do? They tokenized. Basically, they're using Securitize, which is BlackRock's agent, to tokenize. Very interesting. Thank you, Crypto Hawk. I now got Securitize I can invest in, Oxbridge, and Surance Plus. These are stocks, not crypto, but they're using crypto. The Alpha Ledger tokenizes real world assets and puts them on Solana. So there's your crypto tie-in, and I think we're done. Plume. Reinsurance equals Lloyd's of London, the first insurance company ever. Interesting. All right, that'll do it for this morning's program. If I can find enough news for the PM, then I'll make a 5 p.m. Pacific show. I'll see you then.